Hello, this is Yulia. This video is for those who are looking for their first or maybe second analysis job as a business analyst, systems analyst, IT analyst, etc. It may be a little bit harder to find a job right now, and we've been hearing about the job market going down in many countries actually. I want to look at one aspect of this problem and suggest to you some alternative or some potential approaches to this. You know, when the times are good and a lot of companies have big budgets for developing new systems or for doing digital transformations, then you will see a lot of positions for business analysts because those large projects require significant business analysis effort. When times are lean and companies are cutting budgets and canceling projects, that may not be the right time for finding a new business analysis job because there is less demand from employers. However, what do you do if you are looking for a job or if you're just trying to break into this career during these times? What I wanted to suggest is one of the important areas you should be exploring as a stepping stone in your business analysis career. And that potential stepping stone is taking on more of an IT analyst, systems analyst, or system support analyst role. If you can't find, or if it's very hard to find a business analysis position, especially junior or associate, which again, in lean times, it depends on whether an employer would want to take that on. Often those types of jobs are included on a larger project to support a senior business analyst. If I, as an employer, only have really budget for one role, I might want to have at least mid-level or senior business analyst to make sure the work gets done. So if you are more on the junior level, if you only have a couple of years of experience, consider doing system support. Consider doing systems analysis, because that's one of the ways to break into classic business analysis job. This is where you are becoming an expert in an existing system which already has been developed, established, sometimes has been used for multiple years. So there may not be any major projects to change it or to replace it. And mostly what is happening is the system gets regular releases. The system has some enhancements done to it. Sometimes they need to have annual changes related to legislation or taxation. And more work is required in supporting the system than making changes to it. Now, this job could be called systems analyst, system support analyst, IT support analyst, and so on. But in essence, it will still have a lot of business analysis elements, and you can learn a lot of BA skills in such a job. And again, it could be a stepping stone or a preparation for you, whether to grow within the same company. Say if 1 or 2 years down the road there is a major project, then you become a strong candidate, or even a stepping stone to a job in another company. I've just published a video last week where we reviewed some of the job descriptions of junior associate business analyst, and many of those jobs actually are more on the technical side of things, where you have to do support, you have to do data analysis, you have to investigate issues, you have to work with users to understand what is it they were trying to do and what is it they did on the system and why it didn't work. But these are all excellent skills. They're investigative skills. They give you exposure to understand how systems work, how systems are integrated, how data flows within the system, what can cause system issues. Because, you know, if I'm a user and I'm trying to do my job, I'm trying to do something and things don't work for me, as a user, all I know is it doesn't work for me. But as a systems analyst, you may discover through your investigation a whole range of potential reasons. I may just be using the system incorrectly. I wasn't trained properly, or maybe the documentation is wrong. Maybe I am following the documentation step by step, but it actually doesn't give me correct instruction. So you may discover issues with documentation, issues with user training. Maybe you just need to explain to this user how to do things slightly differently. You may discover that there is a true system defect, that the system is supposed to behave this way and you checked it in system documentation, in design documentation, but the result is different. So maybe there's a bug in the system. You may determine that there is a data issue where the system is behaving as it's supposed to, but because the underlying data is inaccurate, wrong, invalid, or missing, the system just cannot do what you expected because it is using data inputs to determine what to do next. You may discover missing business rules. Say when the system was designed, this rule was missed. So it could be requirement gap, or maybe it's a new rule. Maybe there's something changed on business side and the system was never enhanced to do it. So you may actually be discovering new requirements as part of doing this investigation. So there is many reasons why a user may experience an issue with existing system. Investigating it can be quite interesting. It can allow you to learn that system, potentially pretty complex system, well. So it will give you technical skills, technical acumen, investigative skills, a better understanding of system design. It probably will motivate you to learn a little bit of SQL because you might be digging into data and checking whether the underlying data is accurate. And having data analysis skills is excellent for so many reasons. It will definitely give you better interpersonal skills because you need to work with users all the time, with people. People are different. Someone will be nice to you. Someone will be upset. So you're going to be building up those customer service skills and interpersonal skills, which again will always serve you well when you move into a more traditional, say, business analysis role. You may actually discover you like system analysis so much that you will decide, I'm not as much interested in business analysis role. Maybe I want to grow into, system designer or an architect role eventually. And or if you really like digging in data and data analysis, you may decide, let me try getting into business intelligence and analytics field, which again is growing. So again, being a systems analyst or system support analyst gives you exposure to multiple areas. And if you are unsure or if you're still on the fence about BA career versus another career, this gives you a little bit of a taste of different types of careers. The other part of it is if you are on support side, you're constantly communicating with other experts in the company. So you might actually have to consult with a senior business analyst who worked on this system to confirm whether something is a new requirement or misunderstood requirement or a different business rule. You might need to consult with a designer or an architect if you're encountering something, a true system issue or potential bug, or perhaps with a developer. You might have to work with a data expert, such as data scientist or data architect or data analyst, if you are investigating a data issue and perhaps it's a little bit deeper than your skills allow you to investigate. So you also are reaching out to different experts to get their help, which gives you exposure to their knowledge, which allows you to learn from them. So think about all of these benefits. Think about how technical you already are. Have you already worked with a system either to support it or to answer questions or to train people or to investigate or even to write some system documentation? Maybe you participated in testing before, or maybe you helped to prepare data for testing, or maybe you helped to execute some of the tests following test cases written by someone else. All of these are skills that might be useful to you. And if you are having trouble finding a classic BA job, perhaps because there aren't that many projects, new projects that companies are undertaking, which could be what is a situation right now in the market, there is other types of jobs that are still in demand, because even if a company doesn't have any new project and maybe a major digital transformation just got canceled because the budgets were cut, existing enterprise systems still need to function because businesses still need to run, banks need to serve their clients, insurance companies continue to underwrite policies, manufacturing businesses have to run, groceries need to move, logistics has to move the goods, right? So all of these different business activities are supported by existing systems, and someone has to support those systems, monitor, and make little tweaks here and there to make sure that those run. So look at the market, look at what's available, and always look at that job as a way for you to learn more, to gain new skills. Think about what would you put on your resume. Use the time to learn from people in that company that are smart, that know perhaps more than you do, and they're willing to share their knowledge with you. Learn from them, and then maybe that job again is a stepping stone to something different, because there is nothing permanent in life. If you get a job as an IT support analyst or systems analyst, it doesn't mean you committed for life. Maybe you're going to stay in that job for 2-3 years or 1 year or 5 years. It really depends. Maybe you love it. Maybe you will just look at it as something temporary, but do the job well, learn the skills, take from it as much as you can for your own learning and growth, and then perhaps the next job will be so much easier for you to find. So I hope that this gave you a little bit of an inspiration or motivation, or gave you some ideas of how to widen your job search if you are in that situation right now, and consider more technical system analyst, support analyst, IT analyst positions as a stepping stone or as one of the phases in your business analysis journey. Best of success, and I'll see you in the next video.